I'm debating talking about it because if he listens, fuck it. You know what? He lied to me. I'm going to say it. I hate phone calls.
I hate it.
Don't ever call me, just so you know.
FaceTime.
Like, people who pick up the phone and call, I'm like, I'd rather suck your dick. Like,
God bless.
like, I feel...
Put that on a t-shirt.
You pray for people who need something. So I'm going to go first. I'm going to pray for you.
God bless.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are listening to the Pranzata Podcast. This is your host, Andrea Pranzatelli. This is episode number 143 on the Pranzata Podcast on YouTube. We have a brand new guest today. He's never been here. He is a local Philadelphia comedian. His name is Mario Colavita. Did I say that correctly?
God bless. You said it perfect.
My name's Andrea Pranzatelli. I can't be a true Italian if I fuck that up.
Yep,
so
you did
Mario Colavita, beautiful Italian name. I have some questions for him today. I saw him perform live at his show that he produces called What's That Smell? Comedy show near the Philadelphia area. Before we get into it, if you enjoy what you hear today, please don't forget to hit subscribe. It is my mission to grow this channel and to be a full-time podcaster, and every single subscriber helps me get closer to reaching the goal of that mission. Also, I know you're dying to speak, but one more thing. Don't forget to comment on anything as we go along in the podcast. I want to make the comment section. I read the comments, by the way. Like, whatever you say, I will respond. So leave some comments as we go along. Okay. It looked like you wanted to say something
I was
really
going to
bad.
say, and don't forget to hit that bell.
I don't do that. Oh, well, you should. Should we do that? Should we do?
I think it like boosts your thing.
Hit the bell. I've never said that before. Thank you for enlightening me.
So when you post something, your subscribers get a notification.
That's annoying though.
It is. No one's going to hit the bell, but hit the bell.
Hit subscribe, hit like, comment, do all the good shit, share with your friends, jerk off to it. I'm sitting in Indian style today with my socks on. I don't know if the foot fetish people are into that. All right, I do have a question for you. Now, if we're getting right onto the foot fetish thing.
Nice.
I'm not saying you have a foot fetish, but what do you think a foot fetish man would look for in a foot? Like what? Because I was thinking about that. Because like an ass man has a certain kind of ass he likes. A tit man has a certain kind of tit. Like what kind of foot would a foot man be into?
It's interesting. So I went to high school with a man who had a foot fetish, and it was like known around the school, and he was completely open with it. Like he would just be like, "Yeah, I have a foot fetish." I personally, I have disgusting feet. Okay, I have disgusting feet, and one time I posted them on my Instagram,
and you got people.
I had a dude hit me up like, "Hey, like I heard you have stinky, gross feet."
You liked it?
No, like I commented with him, and like we were talking, and he was like gonna pay me. But
no way.
Yeah, but then he was trying to do like this whole dominant thing. Like he wanted me to answer him whenever he texted.
Oh no, that's weird.
Yeah, I was like, this is getting too much.
Yeah.
But I don't know what they look for. I guess
any kind of feet really, because he wanted the stinky one.
That's the thing, right? Some people want the stinky, gross feet, but then I feel like most people probably just want like pretty, like painted. Manicured.
You know what? No, man. I think there's something for everybody, because actually I don't see why it would be any different for feet. Because for example, like boob guys like different kinds of like someone who's a boob man, for one man that could mean like huge tits, and for another man that could mean like perky C cups.
For another man, like saggy.
You know what I'm thinking about lately too, about something for everybody? Now we're just jumping right into it on this podcast. So we're getting on the topic of don't be ashamed of your body parts, because there's something for everybody. There's no shame in having a small dick because there's a vagina size for every dick.
Facts.
Right?
I mean, there's the fat ones, right, where you can kind of grab it like this.
Yeah.
Right? God bless.
Right. So
shout out.
I think God, that's your thing lately. Is that your thing? God bless. You've said it 3 times today.
I've been doing that for like there was one show where I did it like just it's like a filler thing, right? Like I don't know what to say. Like I'm like thinking of what's the next thing I'm going to say, so I'll fill it. Like, God bless. And then like,
do you actually believe in God, or is that
nope,
you don't? Are you atheist?
I was raised Christian or Catholic. I always get them confused. The less like aggressive one, I think it's Catholic.
Are you spiritual at all? Like,
yeah, super spiritual,
but not. You don't believe.
Like I know there's like a higher power.
Yes,
but no, I don't believe like fucking the boulder getting pushed.
No.
Easter. No, none of
See,
that.
like I do use the word God a lot, but when I use the word God, I don't mean the Boulder guy. I mean like the higher power,
of course, yeah.
quote unquote,
me as well.
higher power.
No, I'm not like Christian or Catholic, but I also don't think I'm atheist. I believe in something.
I think there's a word for that where it's like you're just open. Taoist.
I'm apolitical.
You're apolitical
when it comes to God.
Oh, okay. Are you apolitical when it comes to politics?
Yeah, probably.
I'm spilling water everywhere.
I know. I see that. Your legs are just burning.
You can't give an Italian woman like a full glass of water on a podcast. I'm like, so can you tell?
And then you guys don't know that's piping hot water.
It's actually it cools down really fast. That's the interesting thing about microwaved water. I microwave my water.
Get into it. What's interesting about microwave water
is it doesn't stay hot for a long time. Like if you boil your water on the stove. By the way, I just want to tell.
That's actually really. I was making fun of you, but that's actually really interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, what is it? Like, so there's not enough. What's the science behind that, right? Because like.
Well, also like when you're microwaving water, you're not getting it to boiling temperature. Right.
But it still feels boiling hot. But I guess maybe at a scientist, I wish I had an assistant to look this up. But my phone is the one recording this, so I can't ask ChatGPT. But maybe like when you microwave it, it microwaves. It doesn't get in like the root of the atom. Like it doesn't get inside the atom.
Water's cool.
Okay, I do have questions for you. I didn't write them down. I'm freeballing them. A lot of my questions are based on your comedy set. You've mentioned living in Kensington. I likewise kind of live in Kensington, but
like neighbors.
Sort of Kensington. What are some crazy? Because I feel like people who are not from Philadelphia that don't know. By the way, move a little closer if you don't mind.
Yeah.
People who are not from Philadelphia who haven't ever seen or witnessed Kensington. I've only been living in Philly for a year, and it's definitely a sight to see. I was like mesmerized by it when I first saw it. I was like watching documentaries about it. So I want to hear some real live Kensington-like stories from a real live Kensington man.
I'm a real life Kensington man, born and raised. No, I grew up in the suburbs, but it's cool, man. I mean, so when my first day moving there, I got out of my buddy's truck, right? He was helping me move. And I had my phone in my lap, right? So I got out of this big lifted truck. He has a tiny penis. Shout out, Nick. And I hopped out.
There's a vagina for you.
There's a vagina for you, Nick. You'll be fine. You got a big truck. It's fine.
Yeah.
So I jumped out of his car and my phone was in my lap. It went bing, 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 fell right in the sewer grate.
Yeah.
This is my first day moving in, right?
Yeah.
I need my phone. I can't lose it. So we picked up the sewer crate and I was about to go like diving in the Kensington sewer, which has like
Kensington soup, you said?
Sewer.
Okay.
Yeah. That has like hepatitis A, B through Z.
Yeah.
So, and then a crackhead rolls by on a bicycle and he goes, "Hey man, I just dropped a bunch of needles in there.
Yeah.
Do not do that." And I was like, "No, but I dropped my phone." And he was like, "All right, that's cool." And I was like, "This is not cool." Rolled away.
Yeah.
But then flip of the page, my new neighbor, don't know him at all, comes out with like a shovel, a big like gripper thing.
Yeah.
And then like all this equipment, I ended up finding my phone. So that's like right there, like the two halves of Kensington, right? A crackhead came by, warned me, said, "Hey man, I just put a bunch of drugs in there. Don't go in there." But with that being said, it hasn't been too bad. I mean, my neighbor likes to put his cones up where anybody can park, right?
Yeah.
And I park there when he doesn't put his cones there. And I did this the other day. I came outside and on my driver's side window there, it says Sing said move or get towed in whiteout, in industrial whiteout. Who the fuck is Sing? I don't know who Sing is. So that was not cool. I saw him a couple days later. I'm literally telling a bit right now, but I saw him a couple days later.
I was going to say, I think I'm recalling, my memory is recalling.
This is a bit, but it's a true story. I saw him a couple days later and went out and I was like, "Yo, fuck you." Should I not curse?
No, you can curse.
Fuck you. Next time you do that, I'm going to call cops on you. But I actually just went out and I was like, "Hey man, I'll never park there again." I get it. I get it. But besides that, there hasn't been anything too crazy.
Yeah, but have you ever ventured into like the center of Kensington? Have you ever gone through that?
Only like when I was hooking up with this meth head, and then like I would drop her off there sometimes.
One time, have you ever taken the Market Frankfurt? It's disgusting.
No, I don't want to go on a train.
It's disgusting, but I have to take it because I don't have a car because my car got stolen here. One time, my station was for whatever reason, it was not functioning. So all the people, thank God it was like rush hour. So it wasn't like I was by myself. I was with a bunch of, it was like 5 p.m. everybody was getting, or 6 p.m. everyone was getting out of work. We bypassed my station near my house and we went to on Market Frankfurt, not Somerset, the one after that, Allegheny station. And apparently that's like, if we're talking Kensington, that's like the heart of
that's the heart of it.
The shit.
Kensington and Allegheny,
So if you stay on the train station that time of day and you don't venture out into the street, you're going to be fine. We just had to like cross over and wait for the other train to come back to bring us back the other way.
That crossover will take, it'll feel like 2 years of like crossing the street.
Yes. So what happened was I was looking, like I was like, oh my God, this is like what everybody, this is the documentaries I saw. Like this is it. And like just shamelessly, I'm like looking over, like looking at animals at the zoo. First thing I see is like these two like Spanish looking guys chasing a white guy with a baseball bat. Like that's like the first thing I saw.
That's Kensington Tom and Jerry.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah. I was like,
Tom
holy shit. Like people warned me. They're like, if you're ever on the train and anything like that happens, like where I can't get off my stop, they're like, do not ever get off at Somerset or Allegheny. They're like, just either go past it and then turn back around or just like cross over.
Yeah. Go
and
past
turn back
it
around.
Multiple stops and call Uber. Like, fuck that.
But it was like, I felt like I was in another dimension. I was like, holy shit, this is wild. Like,
it's interesting. I mean, I feel like I'm right in the middle of that. Like I'm not living on Allegheny.
Yeah.
Like I'm like I said, like 4 minutes from you. So I'm like right outside of Fishtown.
Yeah. You're pretty much in my neighborhood.
Yeah. Like it's nice.
Like a little closer. It's fun. This side of the neighborhood is very like, there's still like remnants of meth. Like there's still like orange needles everywhere.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It's like you can get a green smoothie or fentanyl. Like
you can get a matcha tea or crack. It's one or the other.
Like I can walk down the street and get a matcha latte, but there's like a homeless guy taking a shit on my apartment, like front stoop on the way.
He'll just be like, "Hey, what's up?" You're like, I got my matcha. Like,
matcha. This one was like sleeping there every day, and like. We kind of like had a friendship, like not a friendship, but like it got to the point where I was like, whatever. And like one day I was like walking out and he was just like, do you know what time it is? Like I don't know. It was funny. Like he just kind of like made himself home there. And I was like, whatever, I'm cool with it. Like,
are your eyelashes blue?
I'm wearing blue mascara.
Nice.
It's my trick. Not my trick, but it's like my thing. It's my thing. I'm tricking. I think blue makes the brown stand out.
Nice.
You figure that out. You wear a lot of blue.
And I'm clearly a brown person.
Not a brown person, but like you're a brunette. I feel like brunettes look really good in blue.
I'm brunette and my mom's a natural ginger. So if I grow my beard out and like, especially in the summer, which is coming up, thank God, my beard's red too.
No way.
Cool. Yeah.
So are you 100% Italian or half?
No. Like I'm like 75% Italian.
What's your other part?
Irish.
Just Irish?
Yeah, just that's it.
Wow. Yeah, that's so funny. We look like we could be related because like I'm 50% Italian. My dad is Italian. And then on my mom's side, it's all just like European. Yes. So it's like we have like the same skin tone, I feel.
Definitely. When I'm in the summer though, I get like
dark.
So dark.
Me too.
Yeah, so dark.
So your heritage, are they from southern Italy?
I don't know. They're from Napoli.
Okay. Mine is from Calabria. Which is South Italy.
Never good at geography. I don't.
Me neither.
Yeah, I don't know.
What's your like? Okay, have you ever taken one of those tests that tells you like what you're smart at and what you're stupid at, or do you know what you're smart at and what you're stupid at? Like, so okay, I'll just ask you them. Mathematical. Are you good at like doing math equations on the spot? Like,
I would say so. Let's go like 1 to 5 through 2.
Okay, spatial intelligence. So that's like geography, or like okay. Can you get around without a GPS?
No.
So me too. Yeah. So like my spatial I'm like retarded.
It's zero, honestly.
Like if I was in a large building and I exited the building from a different entrance, I won't know where I am.
Yeah, no, not
okay,
at all.
so we're the same there.
Yeah, not at all.
Interpersonal intelligence. I think probably you're good at that. Interpersonal intelligence.
Like people to people?
Yeah, like what we're doing now, podcasting. Yeah, 5. Musical intelligence.
No, 0. Yeah.
5. No, I'm just kidding. 4. I'll give myself a 4. I'm not the greatest singer. Like he had me perform at his show and I'm like, just so you know, I'm not like the best singer. I'm a great piano player, but I'm
You were amazing. They loved you.
They did?
Yeah, they loved you.
But okay, this is another theory I'm throwing around in my head lately. Sometimes people are like, oh, you don't give yourself enough credit. But I'm like, nah, like I know exactly where I'm at. Like, they liked me because I have good energy, but I'm still not a great, like you can have great energy, but not be a great singer. Like Bob Dylan. Bob Dylan's not a great singer,
exactly.
But he has like the energy. I have that.
No, you had the energy, and that's like all that. It's just talking about like my crowd. Like that's all they care about is like energy.
That's what I realized.
I mean, as long as you don't suck, like, but you don't suck.
No, I don't suck.
You're fantastic.
Thank you. I was hoping one of my friends would sing for me because she's both. She's got like insane energy and she's a great singer, but she was not free that day because it was a last minute thing.
Yeah, it was super last.
Okay, I want to get into this because I texted you a little bit about this. You fascinate me because you're very punctual but very disorganized at the same time. And for example, to the listeners, he showed up to a gig, like his own comedy show, like 5 hours early.
5 hours early.
But then he texted me next week and he's like, hey, I can't come to the podcast. I can't believe it's Wednesday today. I'm like, it's actually Tuesday. Yeah. And it wasn't even the right Wednesday. You were like, it's already Wednesday the 22nd. I'm like, no, it's like Tuesday the 11th.
I was weeks behind.
So what's going on here? Is this the, I can say anything on here?
You say absolutely
bipolar.
Anything.
I can say that.
Anything.
He disclosed to me that he has bipolar. Is that
Why would you say that?
Disclosed?
No.
The word disclosed is too white. He did disclose his bipolar diagnosis, bipolar type 1?
2.
Type 2? The less crazy kind.
Less crazy kind.
I can say that because I have a bipolar mom with the crazy kind.
Crazy kind.
Is that like a bipolar thing? Like a disorganization thing?
I feel like it's probably more of like an ADHD thing.
Got it.
Yeah, like I got the ropes. Like I got ADHD, OCD.
The ropes?
Yeah, like
I thought you said the rubs.
I got the rubs too. No.
I got the rubs.
I got the whole list. Like it's like I got ADHD, OCD.
I have OCD.
I mean, obviously anxiety, depression, but that doesn't affect it. I think it's mostly like the ADHD and OCD, but I'm also like a perfectionist, so I like really want everything to be perfect. So it's like the OCD comes in, but then the ADHD makes me like procrastinate with stuff. And
I know. Wait, is this you? Because I know people like this. You have a perfect room and then you fuck it up the next day.
Oh yeah. Like my room will be like amazing, and then 2 days will go by, I'll destroy it, and then I'll take like a week to like make it spotless again, and then a couple days later go by, and it's a cycle. How
does your OCD manifest? It sounds like such a white girl phrase.
I love manifesting.
You like it?
That's all I do.
How does your OCD manifest itself in your life? How does your OCD look for you?
I mean, it's really just like a lot of like cleaning and organizing. I mean, obviously it's like the name of it, but no, like it's like I won't like it's not like so bad where like I'll do, because like if you have OCD really bad, you'll like do things like for example, like you come home, you'll do your light switch 3 times, right? You have to, or you'll like have it. You'll think your mom's gonna die if you don't like.
That's like the classic.
Yeah, like I don't have it that bad. My brother does. Shout out, Vinny.
Shout out to the OCD crowd.
Yeah, he is a maniac. Like every day when I lived with him for a year, like so we shared a bathroom. My side was on the right, just normal like scrunched up toothpaste and an old toothbrush.
Yeah,
and then like his was like he would like. I would see him every single day, like adjust his chapstick standing straight up. So like the barcode is facing the back or whatever. Yeah. Like he would do that. How's my OCD manifest? I guess it's really just with like I'm a perfectionist, want everything. Same way my brother is with like the organized, make sure everything is neat, how I want it. But then also like I'm lazy as shit. So like
that's what I figured.
Yeah, like I'm lazy as shit. Like I don't feel like doing that, but the OCD is like, no, you have to. So I'll just be like,
I have it like halfway in between. Like I'm probably not as bad. Oh, you can't. Are you getting pins and needles?
Anymore,
are you getting? I'm gonna half do it. I'm gonna do half. Wait, no, I'm gonna do it full. I'm halfway between those two. I'm not as bad as your brother in that, like I know your brother, how you described your brother. I'm not as bad as him in the sense that I have like a number that I count, but I still have a ritual, like a daily ritual, but I don't count it 3 times. I probably do it 3 times. I just don't count it.
Right.
My ritual is every time I leave the house, I check the heat, I check the stove, and I'll like keep running around and checking it like multiple times, but I don't count. Like it's not like I have to do it 3 times or else my mom's gonna trip and die. Like it's not like that. It's like It's like I'm so lost in my head that I can't remember how many times I did it. And it's like a weird, nervous
No,
habit.
I'll do that too. Like, and that's also like that goes with the perfectionist thing.
Yeah.
Like because like at work, what I do a lot, and I notice myself doing it because I've had this new job at AT&T. I've been there for like almost 4 months now. And like, I know what I'm doing, but I'll still ask my manager to make sure. And he'll be like, why are you asking me this? You know, like it's the easiest thing, but I'm like, I need to be 100% certain about stuff.
What is it like working at AT&T?
It's amazing. I mean, honestly, it's amazing. Shout out to my whole team. But
are we allowed to talk about it, or are you gonna get fired?
Absolutely. No, I post like clips about it and stuff. No, it's fine. They like it. Like they're like anything to promote, like, you know, the brand. I
had a guy I was going to interview, and he was like all about talking about his job, and he had a really cool job. And then all of a sudden he was like, actually, we can't talk about it. And in hindsight, I think he lied about his job and didn't want to get caught. He definitely lied about his job, kind of.
I was about to ask, what was his job?
All right, the whole world's, I'm debating talking about it because if he listens, fuck it. You know what? He lied to me. I'm going to say it. And it's a really embarrassing and really funny story. Listen, I'm on the Hinge. I'm a single lady. I've been single for 1.5 years. Got to get laid eventually, right? Got to do it. I met a guy on Hinge in Philadelphia. He said he worked, he wasn't lying, but let's get there. He said he worked for not Boston. Do you know what those are?
Yeah, they do.
That's a pretty bad, like, that's, you don't work for them. Are you kinesthetically intelligent? That means like, are you good at physical stuff? Like,
yeah, I mean, I can juggle.
Okay, so you can work for them.
I can juggle. They got to hear that. I can juggle. I can solve a Rubik's Cube.
That's one of the intelligences is kinesthetic. I'm like sort of, but anyways, I'm getting sidetracked. See, ADHD. Look at that. ADHD, OCD.
Right there.
He said he worked for the and on his dating profile, he had all these like photos of him like doing dunks and like doing backflips. Like it was pretty impressive.
That's cool.
Yeah, I was like, damn. And you know, because I'm a lady, tend to be attracted to status, I guess you could say. That's just our nature.
As everyone too.
Yeah. So I was like, dude, that's cool. Like, so I was attracted to him. I was like, can I interview? How fucked up? I'm like, for our first date, can I interview on the podcast? Because I'm like, wait, I could get a date and a good podcast guest out of this.
You're smart. You're a businesswoman.
And I told him, I'm like, I'm like, listen, I'm not like one of the, like, you know how I think OnlyFans girls go on dating apps and like look for like porn, like amateur porn stars. Like they'll go on.
What dating apps do they do this on?
All of them. Like apparently they'll go on dating apps and they'll like set up dates. But like they're like, can I record? Like, right. Actually, one of your friends has a bit about that. Like, really? I think, yeah, girls do that. They know that in order to get like money on their OnlyFans, I think speaking in terms of podcasts. I think the customers, like the people that view their content, like to see amateur. Yeah, the fans.
Right.
They like to see amateur guys because it makes them feel like they're the one or something.
Right. That actually totally makes sense.
Yeah, so I think girls will go on dating apps and like hunt for guys like that and then hook up with them and then just be like, hey, can I record? And then they'll already be in the moment. So they'll say,
the dude is all I feel like I can speak for every single dude out there. They would be like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Like,
but anyways, I got sidetracked there. I told him, I was like, I promise I'm not like the podcast version of that where I'm like going on dates with guys just to get podcast guests. I was like, I just like randomly thought of it on the spot, but he was like down. He was like, I'm like, I would love to have on my podcast. That would be sick. Like, and he was like down, and then he finally got here and he was like, hey, I have bad news. I can't do the interview. My job like won't let me talk about it. Okay. We hooked up, all the good stuff. Found out after he's the mascot.
There's no way his job was like, you can't talk about it. He just didn't want to say. He didn't want,
because he knew
he was the mascot.
Okay, on one hand, it's like
still
weird.
Really cool.
I got scammed, but I kind of respect
catfish.
I kind of respect the scam. I got scammed so hard that I respect it.
Yeah, as you should. He got you.
Man,
I mean, you fucked the. Well, I don't know.
I fucked a mascot.
You fucked the mascot. Another one.
He wears a on his head.
It's fucking sick.
Turns out. Oh wait, am I gonna get sued for this?
No, honestly, I'm jealous of this guy.
Turns out the mascot of is an ass man, a very avid ass man.
Nice. I mean, makes sense.
But and I was having thoughts about that. I was like, on one hand, I respect it because he he did a power move and a little manipulation to get laid with someone he liked. But on the other hand, it's like, but did you really? Because like you had to, he did, but did you really get somebody? Because you had to lie. Okay, it's kind of like if you won a card game, but you cheated.
Right.
It's you know what I mean? It's like, are you really a man for like faking your way into getting a woman? Like he's got to know.
Wait, he was like, sorry to interrupt. He was like, I'll come do the podcast, came. And then as soon as he came in, was like, hey, by the way, I can't.
I'll give him this credit on the way here. But we had planned it out like days in advance. And he was 100% down. And all of a sudden on the way.
So he just was looking for an excuse to come over. But I guess he was already like went on a date.
Yeah. He was like on the way over. He was in the Uber. He's like, hey, I'm on the Uber now. In the Uber now. On the Uber. Like he's sitting on top of it. In the Uber now. And he's like, hey, I just have bad news. I might be able to talk about it, but we have to like do a workaround. I can't really talk like about my job. I keep saying Boston. And I'm like, he's like, we could talk about how I work for the NBA. Like I've worked for the NBA. And I'm like, something's off. I just didn't do the podcast. And then like after we hooked up, he disclosed I really hope he's not listening. I definitely wouldn't have fucked him if I knew he was the mascot. I'm sorry.
I hope you are listening. I hope you are listening.
But like, he was cute. I mean, he was cute. Is that wrong? Is that wrong that I'm like less attracted because he's not the actual like athlete and he's the mascot?
Is it wrong? Absolutely. Yes, it is. Does everyone in the world agree with you? Absolutely.
Yes.
They do. Yeah. Come on. No one wants a fucking mascot. But you're probably a good guy.
I feel so bad right now. I'm not saying his name. And I blocked him, so he probably doesn't listen anymore. He probably doesn't watch me.
Your blocker?
I blocked him because then he would like hit me up every few days to like talk dirty. But then when I would answer, he wouldn't respond. And I'm just like, I'm not gonna
text or call.
Text.
Nice. Calling is scary.
Yeah, dude, can we talk about that? I hate phone calls.
I hate it.
Don't ever call me, just so you know. Like people who pick up the phone and call, I'm like, I'd rather suck your dick. Like,
God bless.
Like I feel
put that on a t-shirt.
Like I would rather be like, can you suck my dick? I'd be like, yes, then you call me.
Right. No, gross.
It's isn't it disgusting?
Gross.
Is this weird that I prefer a FaceTime over a call? Is that weird?
No, less weird.
Yeah.
When it comes to like somebody you don't know, like if you're calling them, it's too much. Yeah. Like it's too much. Like I like, for example, London. Shout out London. God bless.
London. He calls.
London, no. I call. Dude, I'm a caller when it comes to my like good friends,
your homies. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I'm a caller. Then they hate it. They all hate it. Like, dude, stop calling me. Just text me. But like when it comes to my good friends, like I know them, and it's like I don't feel like texting them. Yo. Yeah. They text back, yo, and then I go, I'm like, bro, just call. I pick up, they're like, why are you calling me at 9:30 in the morning? I'm like, I don't know, I want to tell you have a good day.
Oh, they yell at you. You call your friends to tell them have a good day?
Call them, yeah.
That's so sweet.
Yeah, I'm a good guy. I mean, we call them like, yo, let's crush the day. What are we going to get into? The day.
That's so cute. Do you know what I want to get in on? I saw you guys doing your little comedy skits. I'm like, y'all need a female in here.
We do. We were
Can
actually.
I be the female?
Yes, we were just talking because we want to do.
Yeah, London. But if you guys do any sex scenes, I get to pick who I get to. No, I'm just kidding.
No, London came up with some sketch where it was like he recently just called me. But yes, we need girls to be in the sketch.
I want to be in the sketch.
We need girls to be.
Yeah, and I think I could act too. Believe it or not, I've never acted before, but I used to do stand up, and I think because I'm a musician, I have like the.
You used to do stand up? I didn't know that.
I did. So.
The cat feeder. Oh, you have two cats?
Yeah, I do. They might not come out though. Oh my God, that's so sad. Their food is coming out, but they're too scared. Oh no, they're coming.
Cats love me.
They're inching their way.
Just woke up. Just woke up, clearly.
Oh, boys. He's not going to hurt you. He has kitties himself.
Yeah, I have two cats.
Do you have two cats? What colors are they?
Is that the cat food thing?
Yeah, it's talking to them. It's saying, it's my voice. I recorded it. It said,
no way.
It said, time to eat. Let's go.
That is so cool.
Isn't that cute?
Yeah, that's awesome.
I felt like we were on something. Wow, we are ADD.
Yeah.
We were on something good, and then we got sidetracked by the cat feeder.
I could do this for 6 hours. I could sit here and talk.
But wait, we were on something though. What were we saying?
About the mascot.
But it was after that.
It was the mascot. No one wants a fucking mascot. I hope you're listening.
Sorry.
I mean, hey, you fucks, bro. You fucks, so.
Comedy skits. Girls in the comedy skits. Yeah.
Yeah, girls. Yeah, we need that. Like London had an idea where like Amazon in like 2070, and it's like I don't want to butcher it. It was actually a really funny idea, but it was like, hey, I want some. It would be like a dude and like their girlfriend like ordering stuff, and then like the dude would be like, hey, like I really want to like just have like a couple minutes of like peace and quiet, and then like the girlfriend just disappears right away. It was a whole thing. I don't want to butcher it, but it's a good idea. You can be that. You know,
dude, I would love to do it.
Yeah, we need girls in our skits.
Like I said, I think this is what we were on. You asked me if I did comedy. That's what we were. Yes. Okay, so I used to do comedy. I started in 2020, believe it or not, and I definitely was onto something. Like there was a seed of potential there because I was getting booked shows like pretty quickly. I think that's just because I was a woman, though. I don't think it's because I was that good. I think
it could be something there, right? It could be a woman, fat butt, funny. It could be one of the three.
Whatever the case is, I was getting booked shows and I was having pretty good reaction from the audience as well. So it was going well. I'm also a musician, and I found that it was hard to become good at both. I found that when I started getting good at comedy, I would get worse at music. And when I started getting good at music, I would get worse at comedy.
Right.
And I do podcasting on top of it. So I was like, I don't think I can handle all of this. I was like, I think this is...
You're like chasing 3 dreams at once, which no, it's shade, but that's hard.
And everybody was like, why don't you just combine forces and become a musical comedian? Like a Bo Burnham. I don't like that. See, the thing is I like Bo Burnham, but he's like the only one I like. I don't like any of the other ones. Well, that's not true. I like Jay.
Shout out. He's hilarious.
Yeah.
I went to New York with him for Kill Tony.
Yeah.
Me, London, and him. I accidentally...
You went to Kill Tony?
Yeah. When they were in New York, Madison Square Garden. That's when Alex
with the same
got
gig. With the same, not gig, with the same show that Alex did.
So Alex and Lil Joe, shout out, went on like a Saturday. Me and London went on a Sunday, ran into a bunch of
part
people.
1 and part 2. Right.
We ran into a bunch of people like Rob Stant, Ben Staub. We ran into a bunch of people.
Yeah.
And then Jay, I'm blanking on his last name.
I know who he is though. He's like handsome guy, plays a guitar. He does like musical crowd work. He'd be like, tell me what he'll like do stuff like that.
He's hilarious. And so he had his guitar with him. After the show, he was like, yo, can I put it in your car?
Yeah.
Get it before you leave. I'm like, absolutely. He puts it in my car. I completely forgot and I left. So I stole his guitar by accident. But he's hilarious. He's hilarious.
Oh, but what I was getting at too, I don't think I have the talent for that. I don't think I could be a funny musician. So my way of combining forces was being a musical, like a normal musician, opening for comedy shows and interviewing comedians on my podcast. But I definitely don't think I could get really good because in order to get good at stand-up, you need to really dedicate you really need to dedicate hours to it. Yeah. And I'm like, there's no way I could do that. And
that's with anything. Yeah. You got to put if you really want it, you got to put 100% in.
Do you think, how do you do with like spending the hours, like putting in the reps, doing open mics and stuff? Are you good at that? Or does working at AT&T?
It's not working at AT&T. It's having to go to fucking rehab for the next like month and a half, which is, I threw that out there, but yeah, like right now it's been tough. Like starting out, like I started hitting just like one open mic that was in my suburb area. I met like 2 dudes there who really got me like into the scene. God bless them. Shout out Guy SL Comedy.
God bless.
And Noah Burr. And so they like really helped me. Like they introduced me to a lot of people. And then my first show in the city was Raven Lounge.
It's a nice place.
After that, like I was like, all right, bet. And I started doing like 3-4 open mics a week.
What does bet mean? Everybody says bet now. What does it mean?
Bet means like, so like, say like.
You got it? Does it mean like you got it?
No, like say to me like, hey, you just won $10.
You just won $10.
Bet that.
Does it mean like fuck yeah I did?
It means like yeah, fuck yeah. Sweet,
okay.
Cool.
Sorry, I interrupted you. Go on.
No, you're fine. And then so I was hitting open mics like 3-4 times a week, and then I got arrested. I didn't get arrested, but I got like a DUI, and now I have to do court-ordered rehab. So that like threw a wrench in everything. Like I work if I open, which I normally do, I work from 10 to 6. Stop running away from me. And then I have to go to rehab from 6 to 9. And then it's like, I'm tired as shit. I don't want to go out. And when I go to an open mic, I know I'm going to drink a lot. And then I got to come home, open again. So I've been slacking a little bit on that. And also, like you were saying, with when you were focused on comedy, you'd be worse with the music.
Yeah.
With my show, I'm very focused on the production of the show, like the business side of it.
Does that fuck up?
I was losing, like I lost a lot of, like, I didn't lose time, I guess, but like, no, I lost time and then like the energy to go hit open mics and stuff.
Right.
So I was slacking on that the past couple months, but that's why now I'm taking a break. Like my next show isn't until June 5th. So I'm taking a big break. I'm ordaining a wedding May 10th. So that'll be fun. Dearly beloved, we're gathered here today. I know the whole thing, but
that's sick. Yeah, no, I know a lot of people who ordain. Somebody did a bit about that. Was it you who did a bit about ordaining weddings on your stand-up?
I don't think so.
Maybe it was like a famous comedian then, because I can't remember.
Well, thank you for confusing us.
By the way, I was telling this to the last guest, Little Joe. There was a guy, and this is not an insult to anybody, because you're fucking up your life. This is what I mean by you. You're like, I'm a perfectionist, and you keep dropping your keys.
Just leave them over there.
There was a guy at the comedy show, the What's That Smell comedy show.
What's That Smell? Comedy extravaganza. It's the best comedy show south of the Mississippi.
By the way, ever since coming back from that show, I've had the song, Ooh, That Smell, like stuck in my head forever. But anyways, there was a guy at the comedy show who was so goddamn weird and creepy. He was like, he had this like psychotic stare, like he wouldn't blink, and I think he liked me. And I always get weird guys like that.
Was he a comedian?
No, he was just a guy in the audience.
What was he sitting like in the corner of the bar? Yeah, I hate that dude. Me and London had to go up to him and be like, yo, be quiet.
He was trying to like mac it. Like he was like trying to mac it to me, but his pickup line was like, he was like, I gotta be honest. He's like, I didn't like anything. Like he was like, these comedians aren't for me. He's like, I'm an artist.
Okay, I'm glad you told me that. He will not be
he was like,
into my next show.
He complimented me. Like he was like, I liked your music. And I'm not saying this to be like, haha, I'm saying this because I completely disagreed with him. I'm like, I was like trying to challenge him on it. He was like, hey, I really liked your set, the Amy Winehouse stuff. I'm like, the shit that I covered, that wasn't the shit that I, but here's the thing, the shit that I covered, that wasn't even like my shit. And I'm, like I said, I'm not like the greatest singer. He's his weird pickup line thing, and he's like, I loved your set, and he's like, but I got to be honest, like none of those comedians were for me, and I was like, none. I was like, none of them, and I was like trying to get him to give an answer. I'm like, why? I was like, I thought they were amazing, and I'm like literally, it was like every single one of you guys were great. Like it just like kept getting better and better, and
he's weird. He was also like drunk as shit, so
but.
No excuse, but
no excuse, because even when you're drunk, like it brings out the truth. Like and I was like give me some feedback, and he's like, I don't know how to put it in words. He's like, all I can tell you is that I'm an artist, and I was like, he's an artist, and I'm just like, what kind of art? And he like showed me. Now the fucked up thing is his comics were actually really good. That was the fucked up thing. He had like comic book drawings.
Oh really?
And he was like good at it.
They were really good.
But he's still a psychopath. Like but maybe it takes like a real weird psychopath.
I've been watching your cats this whole time.
Have they? What are they doing?
That one back there, not even hasn't moved a muscle.
So
this one went, and it went around and sniffed. What's
Neo?
Neo went around, sniffed my bag, and touched it twice, and then he was like, all right.
So he smelled you, and he realizes like he's cool. So he came back. They're actually both very friendly, and they both love people. I think it's because we have the gear set up. It's like too much stimulation for them. But if it wasn't the gear and it was just you, they'd probably come up to you.
My voice too is just like echoing throughout the house.
Jazzy doesn't like nasally voices, so I don't think he minds deep voices. But I
got like a deep nasally voice.
I wouldn't say it's nasally.
No,
but definitely. Okay, let's talk about this. You were saying in your. Why do I keep saying? Why can't I think of words today? I've been having insomnia lately. Not your bit, your setup. When a comedian does your set. Yeah. You were saying in your set that your voice is new, like you didn't always have this deep voice. What happened?
Well, I always had like, I mean, obviously not before like puberty, but like after puberty, my voice definitely, like puberty hit me like a truck for sure. Like, I was a late bloomer, so I didn't hit puberty until like probably, I'm not even kidding, like 17.
Did you have girls suddenly like looking at you and you were confused?
I always had girls looking at me.
Before you were 17?
No. All right. Yeah, right. I'm sorry.
Okay, psycho, kind of like the artist. Like, I'm an artist.
Yeah. No, they weren't. It wasn't like too different. They were like, "Oh, you have a bunch of hair on your face now."
Okay.
Because like I never had facial hair like until I was literally like 19 is when I like finally started growing facial hair. But then my voice dropped like huge in like 8th grade, whatever, when I was 16, 17. And then like I grew like 5 inches. But then I got laryngitis a couple of years ago, maybe like a year ago.
Yeah. And
it like really switched it up. But I also have like, I messed up my vocal cords as a kid. And then, like my tonsils were supposed to be removed when I was like 16. I'm not sure how much that affects it, but.
Have you ever tried going on vocal rest? Like a long period of vocal rest?
Not a long time. I did it when I had laryngitis the first time. They were like, you have to stop smoking, stop drinking alcohol.
You smoke. Do you smoke cigarettes?
No, just vape and weed, but weed not even that much. And so I stopped for 3 days and went back to the normal. And then after the Eagles won the Super Bowl, it's been like this since then.
Dude, I help people with like voice stuff, like little kids and stuff, and the voice teacher in me is like, you need to take vocal rest.
Yeah, no, I need to not talk for like a week.
You need to not talk for a week. You need to drink a fuck ton of water.
Tea
with honey and ginger. You probably need to put the vaping and the alcohol
down. I can't do that. Well, I mean, the vaping and alcohol. Vaping and alcohol.
You're in rehab. You're literally in rehab.
Vaping and alcohol I can do, but
I can't do it.
Not talking, I can't do that. Like I work in sales.
It might be what you need. Like it might be, might just need to might just need to disappear for a week and just say, I have to do this for my future.
I need to do that. But it's like at this current time in my life, it's like
I literally want to like hold you captive and like be like, you like listen,
you can do that.
handcuff you and be like, you can't, you're staying here for a week. I'm feeding you. You
shake on it.
I just shook you upside down. You can't. It's weird to shake with your left hand when you're a righty. Let's shake with the righty. Okay, there we go. Wait, try to shake you with your other hand. See, you can't talk. Like I'm gonna be like, you're sitting in the corner. You can't talk.
It sounds really hot.
Really?
You gotta relax.
Is that your thing? Are you into like dominatrix woman?
For sure. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I'm into like everything.
I'm not into any. Like I was just talking about this with somebody. I'm a horny person, but I'm not a kinky person though. Like I think sex is just good the way it is.
I mean, of course, sex is good the way it is.
Yeah.
I'm a very horny person, but definitely a weirdo too. Like I'm into like
spit. Please don't say spit.
Ugh, no.
Okay, that's a thing that happened recently. I
mean, if you were like if you spit in my face, I wouldn't mind it. But like, I'm not saying you could spit in my face. That'd be fine. But anybody for me, it's like in the heat of the moment kind of thing. Yeah. Like anything can go for the most part.
No, dude. So the Hinge, right? I met a guy on the Hinge and he was my type. He was so cute. Younger guy. Remember I said I'm into younger guys lately. He was like 27. I'm going to be 37. So to me, that's a younger guy.
Wild.
Really nice, really friendly, really funny. He wasn't a comedian or anything, but he liked comedy. So like we bonded on that.
Really fast. Now they're both just
like, who is this guy? I thought I met my husband. I was like, this is my husband. Like, I'm in love. We never hooked up or anything, but we did a little sexting to kind of like get to know each other.
Nice.
To get to know each other.
Nice.
Get to know each other's likes.
It's the best way to get to know someone.
I found out pretty fast he has like a pretty serious spit, S-P-I-T. I had to spell it out because people thought I was saying like a racial slur when I said that.
Oh, yeah, nice. Nice, yeah.
Spit fetish. And when I say spit fetish, I mean like everything had to involve spit. Ugh. Like I'd be like, hey, can you suck on my tits? And he'd be like, I'm going to spit all over them and rub the spit in. Like it was and he wanted to make out and watch the spit drip down my chin.
Oh God. Yeah. Wow. I can see like, that's like for me, like that'd be hot for like a second.
That's what, and then like, he was like, I want to come on your face and then rub it in. I'm like,
gross.
Like, do you have to rub
texture?
Do you have to rub? Yeah, it's like an autistic.
That's an autistic
He used to be a fisherman when he was younger. So I'm like,
he's just rubbing.
He's like splashing the water. Like, is this like childhood memories of splashing the water?
Yeah, that's like a see. And then like, so the definition of a fetish is where like you need that thing.
Everything had to have spit.
So yeah, he has a spit fetish.
He needed to kiss with spit. He needed to like, I'm gonna come on you and then rub it all over your body. Like
yeah, dude.
Like again, like you said, it could be cool for a second. Like some girls will let a guy like come on them for a second, but I don't want you to rub it in. Like get it off.
And it's
get
also
it off
like
right
the
away.
heat of the moment thing. Maybe like one rub and then it's like, all right, we're done.
It's like yeah. So people are spitting in each other's mouths, vomit.
See, one and done for me. Like I'm a freak, so like that could be cool. And also for me, and this is gonna sound like fake. Like anytime I say this to a lady, they're like, "You're just saying that." For me, it's like as long like as if you will get off to something, like I'm gonna get off to it regardless, unless it's like shoving your fist on my ass like that. I can't.
What's the weirdest request you've had where you were like, I don't know if I could? Look at that mic technique. He pulled his mic away to cough.
Mm-hmm. Professional. Weirdest thing I've ever gotten. Honestly, like nothing too crazy. One time, like this was with the meth head I was hooking up with for a while, and she's a sweetheart. She's a really good person.
She can't help it.
No, she's a really good person. I hope she's doing well. I know she's doing okay, but we were hooking up for a little bit, and I dropped her off at her house, and I was like, I have to pee so bad, and she was like, just go inside, and I was like, I don't want to really go in your house right now, and I lived like down the street, so I was like, no, I don't want to. I'll just go home. And she was like, here. And like, there was a cup in my car, or it was her cup. And she was like, here, pee in this. And I was like, oh, thank God. I peed in it. And then she was like, watch this. And like got out of the car, took a big sip of it, and then poured it all over herself. And I was like, okay, word. And then she like jumped on top of me. It was all hot. And I was like,
not like, literally, like it wasn't
like
hot.
a hot pee. It was hot pee on my body.
See, I can't.
So that was wild.
I would break up with a guy that if he did that.
I mean, yeah, but like I was the guy and she was the girl. So I was like, oh, that's fucking insane. Like not something I would request ever, but like she did. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. So that's probably the weirdest request. I'm always the one like giving the weird request.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think I'm very normal. Like I'm not. Like, again, I have a high sex drive, but that doesn't mean I'm going to like piss on anybody. Like it doesn't mean I'm going to like spit on, you know what I mean? I'm very like, I'm like, sex is great the way it is. Like, I don't know, but
missionary doggy style.
It's all good. Like how could anybody get tired of it? It's all good the way it is, right?
That's all you need.
Like I'm like let's rub it in. Like I just
that's a lot. That's too much.
A bit much.
It's too much.
I mean, okay, but there's certain things that I wouldn't mind. Like if I think the foot thing, it's not my thing, but it's not that gross either.
No, I don't mind foot stuff at all.
No.
The other day I was like just scrolling on Pornhub and I saw like a foot thing and I was like, fuck it, let's watch
I
it.
get it.
No, I was like, this is cool. This is fun.
As a man, do you think watching porn is a problem? Like, is it?
Yeah, it's so funny you say that. I was just thinking about this the other day because like I saw like an Instagram reel and it was like I was watching Key and Peele and it's like the one skit they do where like she like was like, hey, I just went on a run and when I came back my search history was cleared. If you know it, you know it. And she's like, yeah, tell me you're watching porn. And then he starts like sweating and she's like, it's not the weird stuff. I think porn is definitely like, I mean, especially when it comes to like all the freaky stuff, right? Like, if you're like a freak, like I'm a freak, so like I do kind of see myself like finding weirder and weirder shit.
I think the problem is what I've heard is that have you ever taken a break from it and then when you come back to it, you notice like you actually like enjoy it? You never taken a break from it? So I've noticed if I take a break from it, like if I watch it too much, I'll kind of become numb to it, and then that's where it gets dangerous. So where you have to like watch something more intense in order to get the same feeling. I'll catch
myself like I'll watch something like pretty normal, right?
Yeah.
And then like halfway through, like literally halfway through the process, like I'll be like, I don't want to do this anymore.
It's a weird, like that's how I think about it. It's like I don't know. I'm kind of split on this because I think it can be a very unhealthy habit, but on the other hand, maybe it's a good thing for women to watch it because like what am I gonna be out like fucking a bunch of dudes? Like it's something to like give me that pleasure without like.
It's definitely nothing wrong with it, but I mean, with anything, it's like in moderation. Like if you're jerking off as a grown man, if you're drinking, like we make jokes, but if you're really jerking off
like 6 times a day,
that is way more than maybe like twice a day, once in the morning, once at night is like acceptable. 7 times a week doing that? No, like bro, come on. What are you doing?
I've heard that men have to do it every day to like just function.
Yeah, that's not true.
That's not true.
I mean, I do it, but no.
I've heard like it builds up and they get like angry and frustrated and it comes out in other ways.
Yeah, that person hits women. Whoever that person is.
I've also heard that if you reserve it, and now this is some weird spiritual shit, but there might be something to it, because sexual energy is just creative energy, right? Because it's like at the core of it, sexual energy is the need to create, not the need, our body's ability to create children. So the spiritual theory is that if you hoard that energy, it could be used for creative endeavors.
Yeah.
Like if you tried not jerking off for like a month, like how good would your stand-up be? Because you might be able to like channel that creative energy into your...
I probably end up coming on stage. I'm not gonna lie to you. No, it's something like I don't know if there's anything to it, but it's tough. Like I'm horny. I want to come. But I've been celibate for I was a whore. Whore. Like I probably have had sex like over. No, I know I've had sex over 100 different people.
Yeah,
that was like all in high school and college.
Yeah,
and then I've been celibate now for like maybe like 7-8 months now.
I was celibate for over a year, like because I broke up with my boyfriend, and I know it's cliche, but I wanted to process the pain. Like I didn't want to like jump into something and mask the pain of like healing through that relationship. And it genuinely took like a year and a half to heal from it. So that's why I'm like out and prowling the town now. Cause I really feel like I've truly healed from prowling the town, cougering it. But no, I like genuinely was like, I don't want to do that. Cause I know that I'm just going to use like that as masking up the pain of the last relationship. And I have to say it was really hard at first just to be completely single and not talk to anybody. But I'm so happy I did it, because now I'm like, wow, I don't think anybody could really have a good relationship unless they know how to be alone.
Yeah, 100%. You got to love yourself before you can love anyone else. But
are you good at being alone? Like, are you?
I'm good at it, but like I'll do like bad things. Like I'll like put $20 into FanDuel for no reason, like gamble like on a casino. Like I'll smoke a bunch of weed, which I only do if I'm alone. Like if I'm out, if I smoked weed before this, like I would be like completely different, like weird and anxious. And
so, dude, there's another thought I have about that.
Real quick, can I grab another beer?
Go grab another beer and then we'll chat more. Okay, so my thought was, you said something about how you've been alone, but not really alone because you substitute it with like smoking weed or something.
Right.
Something that's been grating on my nerves lately is people who criticize me for taking antidepressants, but they're like, but natural's the best way. But every one of those people like are drugging up with like weed or alcohol. I'm like, you're not natural. You're just taking your drugs a different way. Not like, so don't judge me for taking antidepressants because you're doing the same thing with weed and alcohol.
No, those people are like those people are in for like a rude awakening.
Yeah.
Like when like something's gonna happen. Like you know, I remember like growing up, like it was like weed's a gateway drug, right? Which is like on one hand not true, but on the other hand, like 100% true. Like that will, I don't know, it like spirals into like, sure, like you'll smoke a bowl pack at night, and then it's like, oh, you need a bowl pack to wake up.
Yeah.
Oh, now you're hitting carts all day long. Yeah. Like, so no, weed is like weed, alcohol, like it all will eventually. I mean, then again, there are people who are just, they can do that, right?
Yeah.
Like they can get high. Like, for example, I mean, I have a bunch of friends who can like, they have like legit jobs and legit companies, like working on a salary, and they just get high all day long. And I'm like, I don't know how you do it, but I wish I could. But I cannot.
But those people drive me crazy because they're like, you shouldn't be on antidepressants. It's numbing you. And I'm like, you know what would numb me if I killed myself? Yeah. Like that would numb me. That would make me disappear. All my feelings disappear if I killed myself, you know? There's no... Yeah, I have been like completely off of substances in the sense I'm sober. Like I don't drink alcohol. I don't smoke weed.
How long?
2 years.
You haven't smoked weed or drank alcohol in 2 years?
2 years, yeah.
Wow,
and it's not even like I really had a problem with it. It's that I just don't feel good on it anymore.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just like, this isn't working for me anymore. So I've decided to just stop it. And it wasn't even like I had to go to therapy to stop it, or like I have been to the 12-step program, but for things that had nothing to do with alcohol, for like emotional stuff. But I don't know. It's just like, I feel better not on it.
I'm not, I feel, I'm the same way. Like, I drink way too much. Like, I'm aware of it.
By the way, guys, it is, he arrived around 12 in the afternoon, and he did bring a 6-pack of Coors Light.
Coors Light Banquet.
Did you select Coors Light because it's like less calories? Is that why you did that? Or you just like it better? You're very, here we go.
The bottles are cool.
They are cool.
Yeah.
They're small. Are they less milliliter? Less ounces?
Nope. Same.
That's 12 ounces shoved in that little bottle. It's the chode of beers.
Yep. It's sweet and it's cute.
It is cute. I like it. I do like non-alcoholic beers because I like I actually like the taste of beer. Weird enough. I just don't want the alcohol part.
Yeah. Like, I'll notice because like, and like we were talking about earlier with the open mics, like,
do you drink on stage?
Always. I've done one mic sober in my almost 2-year career. Yeah, I've only done one mic sober. Went fine. It went normal, but
even the shows, like not open mics.
I've never done a show without alcohol in my system.
Never. You should try one day just to see.
I mean, if you want to have a terrible show, sure. I mean, if you want me to not do good, I will at some point, but as of right now, like,
you're not ready.
I'm not going to fix what's not broken. So like,
I like that. Don't fix what's not broken.
I'm just going to keep it. And it's like, I'm not like, besides like personally, I do think I'm drinking a little too much.
Right.
But I'm also like working really hard and like getting everything I need to get done. You know, I'm making money. So I'm like, my room might be a little messy, but it's fine.
I have a feeling you're going to, because you're 23.
You're like, I have a feeling you're going to die soon.
No, the opposite. I have a feeling you're going to be one of those people who are like, I decided to go sober. Like one day. Maybe not yet. You're not ready yet. 23 is young to do that.
Just tell me what you want to say.
No.
I'm an alcoholic. I get it.
No, but I really think that I can see it. I can see one day you're going to be like, I quit.
I'm sure. Definitely when I get older, like probably not in my 20s, even late 20s. But I'm sure.
Do you blame me for my assessment? You're drinking a 6-pack at 12 in the afternoon, and 12 in the afternoon, and you're in rehab. And you just disclosed that you have to drink at every comedy set. Now, I don't think you're an alcoholic, but
I think I've had enough of this. No, yeah, like I am an alcoholic for sure. I mean, I'm not like waking up in the morning and hitting the bottle.
Yeah.
But I mean, when I get out of work, son of a.
We fixed it. I think we fixed it. Talk. Yeah. Okay. You're good.
I just had 6 racial slurs while the mic was off. So.
We're getting canceled already.
No, at work, like it's like I need my fix, right? So it's like if I'm making money, I'm fine, right? If I'm not making money, but I'm out with buddies, I'm fine, right? If I'm not making money, I'm not out with buddies, but I'm at home smoking some weed, watching the show, I'm fine. I just need my fix. So no, like I don't get like, and I'm also like probably exaggerating. Like I'm not actually an alcoholic, but I know I would be healthier if I drank less.
Right.
Yeah.
What about your other, like, are you a healthy eater?
No.
Wow.
Not even like the worst eater.
This is what I was telling you before when I was like, before the camera was rolling, I was like, I'm very attracted to younger guys, but the problem is you don't know what you're going to get when they're older.
No, I'm going to be huge.
You look great right now.
Yeah.
I hate, dude, guys in their 20s are so hot. Like they could eat McDonald's, they could eat Burger King, they could eat like Chick-fil-A. Would you just have Shake Shack?
Shake Shack.
And they like, you're thin, like you have good skin. It's so annoying. My ex-boyfriend, he wasn't in his 20s, but I'm the health nut. Okay. Like I like eat quinoa and kale. Like I'm so gay with
love quinoa.
I'm fucking gay.
God, I love quinoa.
I eat quinoa, I eat kale.
I know your poops are crazy.
What, my poops?
Your poops are gotta be crazy.
Oh, like good crazy,
good
like healthy.
Crazy, but I know you see that quinoa in there.
It's a lot of fiber. It makes everything come out really nicely. When I hold you captive in the corner, I'll feed you quinoa. How's that?
I am rock hard. Yeah.
Your poops are rock hard.
My poops are liquid for sure.
But like, okay, I would be like eating quinoa and kale and all kinds of gay shit. And he was like barely eating at all. Like, cause like.
That's the other thing. I don't eat at all.
That's the other thing, guys, because they don't think of their health. They like don't eat as much. So that's why they're not fat. But I'm like, you literally eat like candy. You smoke a pack of cigarettes a day, you smoke weed 100 times a day, and you have a 6-pack abs. Like, what the fuck, dude?
It's
like,
interesting.
But then those guys, like, they turn 30 and something goes wrong.
Yeah. So that's like, I'm prepared for that. Like, as soon as I hit like, I'm gonna say like 25. Like, I used to be like a gym like addict.
That's what I mean. You're gonna go sober and be like a health nut.
Yeah, no, I agree. Honestly, like I used to be in the gym. So right now I probably weigh like.
Can I guess? Do you know it?
Not for sure, but yeah, for the most part.
How tall are you?
6'1".
Are you lying?
Yeah.
Do all guys lie by at least 1 or 2 inches?
Yeah. I mean, I wish, like, on my license, I just wish it said 6'1".
Stand up. Stand up on the podcast. All right, I'm going to stand up next to you. Okay, I'm 5'5". No, you look like about 6 foot.
Yeah, well, I am 6 foot. It says on my license, but
so you're 6.
I wish I was 6. They were like, "How tall are you?" And I was like, I wanted to say 6'1", but
okay, so you're 6 foot. Now I'm gonna guess your weight. This is like the carnival.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's like the carnival.
You're not like totally ripped. You're not. Well, you okay? You are. You're not 200.
No.
You're under 200.
Close.
187.
So that's like what I was my whole life.
Really?
Now I'm like 195, 197.
A little bit in the gut, maybe.
Exactly.
Little hair.
But
little
yeah,
extra.
I mean, my hair is like a pound at least.
Yeah.
But no, I was like, I swear to God, like once 8th grade hit, I was like in the gym, strong, muscle, like 185.
Yeah.
And then I was 185 and like I didn't get like the college, what do they call it? Like the freshman 15,
10.
Yeah.
That's bullshit. That's just because it's because they don't take care of themselves.
If anything, I lost 15 pounds just from
the
not
cocaine.
eating cocaine, right? Everything. And yeah, now that I've been like, I haven't gone to the gym in forever. Like me and my best friend Nick, we tried to get back in. We literally went for like 3 days.
Yeah.
Like crushed it. And then we were like,
You don't go consistently.
No, I haven't gone since then.
Dude, why not? Go.
Months. I mean, like I said,
I feel like I'm Joe Roganing you right now. I'm
my
like,
schedule. Yeah, right. You're, well, bro, come on. You got to fucking live. What are you doing? No, it's because my schedule is just so tough. Like after I'm done with rehab, I plan on replacing it with the gym.
You should, because you've already spent the hours.
Like I need it. And I'm never like, if I'm not doing something, like that's when it gets bad. Like that's when I go home, I smoke, I just watch a show and fucking sleep. But thankfully, like I stay pretty busy, so that's good.
Yeah, it's because you're talented. Like I said, you're a good-looking guy. You're talented. You don't want to waste it. You don't want to let it.
No. My biggest fear is ending up like my dad. Shout out.
What happened to your dad? Is he okay?
No, he's just a deadbeat. Yeah, he's just a deadbeat.
Are your parents married?
No.
My dad's not a deadbeat. My dad's, I would say.
Oh, good for you.
My mom's not a deadbeat. She's just mentally ill, but she's not a deadbeat. My dad's not a deadbeat.
My mom's the best person in the whole world.
Is she?
Shut up.
Is she the Italian one?
No, Irish.
Oh, the Irish one. Huh.
Irish. That's why I don't really know too much about the Italian side. It's just my dad's side, and like I tried to call him one day.
Do you do an Irish goodbye?
Oh, all the time.
I do too. I do. I'm really good at it.
Like if I'm not with people I know, I'll slip out of there. But like if I'm with people I like even a little bit know, I can't not say bye. I'll just feel bad. Like I have to at least be like, yo, I'm Irish goodbye.
I'm starting to change it though, because I'm realizing now that people do take offense to it. Like,
yeah, I thought you were gonna Irish goodbye at my show, but you stayed.
I didn't. I actually went on my way to find you. I was like, where is he? Where is he? Yeah, because you said something about taking the picture. You were like, I need to take the picture. Like
I wanted to. Literally everybody left, like all the comedians.
Now, did you want to take the pic? Now, okay, wanting to take the picture, was that? It could go both ways. I feel like it could be like, I care about the gram and I want people to know how much friends I have. Or it could be like, because you're genuinely a loving person and you want memories of your friends.
Yeah, I want memories. That's it. Yeah. I mean, I also like, it's a part of like the Instagram post. Like I want to show everybody that was there. That's why I wish I had everybody who was on the show. Because it's just like memories, right? Like I was saying, like something like with the selfie thing. I think we were off camera.
We're talking about selfies. Guys who take selfies are weird.
Yeah, and I was like, I'll take a random selfie when I'm really happy. Like when I'm, because like when I was younger, like I got arrested for something else.
Yeah,
I'm a good guy though, and I got arrested for something else, and like it was just the worst. And then like as like months went on, like one day I was feeling so happy, so I just have like a picture like deep down in my Snapchat memories of me just like in my bed like this. And like I see that picture, and I'm like, oh, that makes me feel good because I know I was really happy when I saw that.
That's sweet.
So I'll do stuff like that, and it's same thing with the picture. Like I just want to
a memory of a good time.
Memory of it, of course, is like the main thing, but also like I want to promote everyone, right? Like I want to say like be like, hey, the show's popping. This is what I had on my show. Yeah. So yeah, it's a mix of it, but.
Okay, that's a good thing because I have a guy friend who's like every time he's like, let's get our photo, but I can sense that for him it's not about the memory, it's about like we got to get this on the gram.
Yeah,
we got to get this.
I have 2,000 followers. Like I don't really care about. Like I mean, I care about them. God bless. I love all my followers.
God bless.
Oh, God bless.
How long have you been doing comedy?
July. I started. My first time I ever did comedy was July 25th, 2023. So almost
2 years?
We're coming up, a year and a
half. I would say 2,000 followers for 2 years is actually not bad at all.
Yeah. So when I started when I was just a regular non-comedian,
regular person,
regular human,
a normie,
I had like 980 followers on Instagram, right? Yeah. Just like from
like your friends
growing up, right? Friends, whatever. And when I started comedy, right? So that day, like July 25th, 2023, I had 980 followers. Now I have like 2,300.
That's good.
Yeah, that's fire, right? Like I'm happy with that.
I mean, there is a reality. Like it seems shallow, but as a artist, wanting to move up the rankings in comedy, music, whatever, there is a reality that you have to pay attention to the.
I keep thinking I'm like scooting too far.
You're very mindful of your show presentation.
Yeah,
this is what I mean by the ADD OC, like the organization, but the ADD because like
I mean
you have to like check in to make sure you're organized. You're like, wait, am I doing a good job? And then 2 seconds later, you like drop.
If you watch, right. If you watch us back just the whole time, I want this to be right here.
Yeah, but I appreciate your awareness. You're trying to put on a good show for us here.
Of course.
Where was I? Shit, I was just saying something.
You were saying,
do you remember?
No.
You were, okay, so he was telling me he wears Grinch socks and Grinch underwear.
No.
Christmas
underwear.
Yeah, but why are you wearing Christmas underwear? It's gonna be
7
Easter.
pairs of underwear.
What's the next holiday? We just did Easter.
It'll be Easter.
You need Easter underwear. Did your mom?
My mom gets me Easter underwear.
The way you said that'd be cool.
That'd be cool. It would be Easter bunnies with like eggs and stuff.
That would be really cute.
Just a big Easter bunny right here, like holding 2 eggs.
Yeah.
That'd be funny.
Oh,
it's
that I don't think your mom should get you that. That
it's
would
like
be
balls. No, yeah, that'd be gross if my mom got me that.
Do you have any siblings?
One older brother. Shout out.
No sisters.
No sisters.
I was gonna say you could always tell if a guy has a brother or a sister because I feel like sister guys act differently around women.
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
they're a little more gay.
I was raised by a single mom, so like it was just me, my brother, and my mom.
That's kind of
Yeah, so like I lift the toilet seat, right?
Right.
Like I lift the toilet seat.
Yeah.
It's about it. That's all she told me. But she could never cook.
I think if I don't know.
I just started digging into my mom. Like she could never cook. She stinks.
Irish people can't cook. Everybody knows that.
Yeah, Jesus, she cannot cook. I love her, but God damn it, she ruined so many foods.
She doesn't. I bet she doesn't spice it.
No, like a boiled chicken breast, no salt, no pepper. That's another one of my bits.
That's how my mom cooks too.
That's all we ate growing up. I mean, it was fine.
What's your favorite spot to hit in Philly? Like food spot?
Favorite food spot to hit in Philly? It's tough, man. I mean, when I was like dating, this was like, I mean, back in like 2021, I had a girlfriend. We dated for like a year. That was my first and like kind of only real relationship. My second one was like a rebound. I dated like my coworker for like 6 months.
Don't shit where you eat. What they say.
It was a mess. Yeah, it was a mess. But with my like first relationship, my favorite place. It's in Northern Liberties. It's called Cafe La Mode.
Oh, what is it?
It's
seafood.
It's a brunch. No, just like a. Their food, I guess it would be American, but it's like It might be like a little bit Argentinian. I'm not even sure.
Because la mar, I'm pretty sure mar means sea in Spanish.
No, it's definitely not seafood. Yeah, but it's just.
But Argentina is probably close to the water.
I think. I think it might be a little Argentinian. I'm probably wrong, but it's just like for the most part normal bacon, eggs, but they like really spice it up. It's BYOB. It is.
You can drink at the eggs. Bacon and eggs is what you said. Did you say bacon and eggs?
Yeah, bacon and eggs. Okay. I mean, like the normal, like it's for the most part normal brunch.
Oh, that's what it means. Okay,
brunch breakfast food. Yeah. But they really do spice it up, and it's like BYOB. It's a little like tiny little spot in Northern Liberties, right by where I used to work when I was in college. And it's like that's like if I think of somewhere where I'm like let's go out and like have a nice go out, like it's a perfect like summer spring spot. There's like a succulent shop right next to it. It's sick.
But as a single man, you do like DoorDash. What do you do?
Mama, I don't do it. I fucking like my mom got me like 6 apples the other day. I've been living off of that for like a week.
You don't eat.
I don't eat.
That's what I'm telling you about guys. Like they eat junk food, but they don't gain weight because they don't eat. Like
all I eat is like I'll have maybe let's say I work Monday through Friday. 3 days out of that week, I'll get like a everything bagel from Dunkin', maybe some hash browns.
That does sound good.
Won't eat until like 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
So that's at like 10, and I won't eat till like 6. I'll either eat ramen or Popeyes. Popeyes if I want to spend money. And then like I'll go home and either eat more ramen or like an apple.
What's your go-to fast food spot? Like
Popeyes. I mean, it's right next to my work. So Popeyes, Wendy's, rocks. That's it.
Yeah. I feel like I don't do a lot of fast food, but I feel like if I had to pick one of the fast foods, it would probably be Chick-fil-A or McDonald's.
Chick-fil-A is a shit.
It is really good, but they don't really have any like near because I have to walk everywhere, so they didn't really have it. I would have to DoorDash.
You don't have a car?
No, it got stolen. Remember?
Oh yeah, you did say that.
Yeah, in this neighborhood, like we were saying, this neighborhood is very like it's nice, but it still has its shit. They stole my car like within 3 weeks of me living here on Christmas. They stole it.
Nice. They needed to get a Christmas present for whoever. Imagine that's what they did. They had come home.
I think he got arrested though because the cops told me they found the guy. But
did you get your like money back, car, or anything?
No, I had insurance. But what happened was the cops had like 2 weeks to find the car, and if they didn't find it within 2 weeks, the insurance was gonna. I was on a payment plan, so it's not like I got money back. They just paid the payment plan.
Okay, well that's not.
That's good because I don't have a payment plan, but now I don't have any money for a car because like I'm not.
Insurance is such a scam, bro. It's such a scam. At AT&T, I always like. Yeah, okay, I can't say that, but we like.
There's some things you can't say.
Yeah, there's some things I can't
At T-Mobile.
Yeah, right. At Verizon, we scheme all of you. We scam you now, but like they put in whenever you do like an upgrade to your phone, they like. I'm saying they put insurance on your new phone. Realistically, like they don't have to, but they do. And it's for commission purposes, right? Like that gives us commission. And I'm like, every time I do it, I just tell my customer, I go, yo, like I'm honest. Like that's why I'm not a great salesman. Cause like, you know, I had a customer come in the other day. Excuse me. They were like, hey, like, we want to grab a case. And they were like the sweetest, like an older couple. And I was like, not here, you don't. I was like, they're way too expensive. And they were like, don't you work on commission? I was like, yeah, I don't sell anything here.
Yeah.
And they were like, that's funny. And then I was like, ooh, and I remembered I had a case because I have like 3 or 4 cases for the 16 Pro Max, and I remember I had one in my car, like a basic case.
Yeah. And
so I ran and I was like, hey, I got something for you. I ran outside, I grabbed it and gave it to them, and they were like, oh, you are not only not making money but losing money here. And I was like, oh shit, yeah.
I hate. Do they teach you like, or I shouldn't say they. Do you learn as a salesman? Do you learn sales tactics? Like, do you learn like this is how you have to? There's nothing worse than a salesman who like isn't suave at their job and they give their gimmick away. Like at the gym, there's this one guy who works there. He's like a sales rep at the gym and he's always trying to sell like personal trainer sessions. And at first I actually was heartbroken. I thought he was actually trying to be my friend. And then he asked the same question like 2 seconds later. He was like, so where are you from? And like, I told him where I'm from. And then he like got sidetracked and he's like, so where are you from? I'm like, wait, I thought we were actually friends.
It's like a drunk dude. Yeah. You like say your name and then you'd be like, hey, what's my name? Like,
yeah. And I was like, wait a second. I thought we were actually buddies, but you just gave your fucking deal away. Like you were trained to try to get to know me.
Right.
I'm spilling water again. You were trained to try to get to know me.
I don't think you've taken a sip of that water throughout this whole thing.
There's like this much of it gone, and I think it's just
all spillage.
And I got so pissed. I got so fucking pissed. I felt heartbroken. I was like, I feel so scammed right now. I got swindled. Yeah. He was trying to pretend we were friends. He doesn't give a fuck about me.
Nope.
Do you do that stuff to your customers?
No, that's like I'm the opposite, and that's why like so we get these like anytime like I open somebody's account under my name, like if I'm logged into the computer and I open their account, automatically once I close out and like we're done with the session, they'll receive like a text asking like personally how my service was. Like I lead like the tri-state area in like those
you're good
responses because I'm honest. Like I don't lie to my customers. Do I hit my quota every month? Not really, but do I have a great customer service like reputation? Yes. Like that's why
better.
That's why I'm good at sales because like I'm like customer service. So like people will come in and be like, where's Mario? Like my cousin told me he was super cool.
They want an honest person.
Yeah, and then they come in and they're like, hey, my cousin told me you were super cool. She didn't buy a case because they were expensive. I'm going to buy 2 cases for us. Get you some commission, right? Like,
does your job hound on you though for not making the quota?
Well, I'm joking. Like I do hit my quota. Like I do hit my quota.
It's just not.
I mean, I could definitely like and I can lie. Like I'm a hell of a liar. Like I could easily be a scumbag salesman and make a lot more money, but like I'm not gonna do that. Like I'm not gonna do that. I know it's gonna bite me in the ass.
What do you mean you can lie? Like you have a poker face?
No, but like I can talk well and like get you to do something that you wouldn't do if I actually told you how I felt about it, right? Like for example, like buying the cases, right? Like I could be like, no, look, like you should really buy a case right now because guess what? If you walk out right now and you drop your phone, you know, you could go to Five Below, but you're not going to get a case.
That's not really a lie. That's just, I wouldn't say that's a lie.
I mean, it's like a sales tactic, right? But like, I don't like that. Like, that's like bullshit. No, put your phone in your pocket, go to Five Below, get a $5 case. Like
that, I like that though. Cause then that, even if you don't sell the phone case, they're still going to come back.
Exactly. They're coming back.
Because they don't think you're a scumbag.
They're coming back for me.
They're coming back for you.
When they want to get 3 tablets for their kids.
Right. It's going to pay back in the long run. It's the long-term strategy.
Exactly.
Wow.
And I believe in karma too. So like.
Do you?
100%.
Now, as a salesman, do you have game with ladies? Like, does the lady game trickle over? Does the sales game trickle over to the ladies?
Yes, it does. No. It's a lot. Where I work, it's like I work on Grant Ave in Bustleton. That whole area is Russian, Uzbekistan, like a little bit of Ethiopian. So like it's like all like if a girl even comes in like who's under the age of let's say like 50, she's married with 6 kids. Like, like that's how their whole kind of like vibe is. So like, and that's what makes my job even like a lot harder because like we have workers there, sales reps who speak Russian, Tajik, Uzbek. So like I really have to like fight for that. So I'll like go and Google Translate.
Do you live near, do you work with Alex?
I did. God bless Alex. Alex is the only reason I got that job.
Because I was going to say, when I interviewed him on this podcast, he explained that he lives in a Russian neighborhood. I'm like, I didn't know Philly had a Russian neighborhood.
I think he used to live there, but I don't think he does anymore because he got a different job.
Right.
Well, no, he's doing school.
Yeah.
So he left there.
Okay.
But he's the only reason I got that job.
That's sick.
He saved my life. Like I lost my other job, the first job I've ever been fired from, which like I will forever hate on some fucking the most dumbest shit.
Why did you get fired?
I'm not gonna get into that.
Okay.
It was a bunch. I'll tell you after, but
okay.
Bunch of it was just absolutely ridiculous. But yeah, so then like and that was right around when I got kicked out too. So it was like just 2 worlds like colliding at the worst possible time. And so I was like job hunting quickly and like I hit up Alex because he had mentioned something before about like, he was like, you can work at AT&T if you want. Because I was already planning on leaving the school, the daycare job, but then like bullshit happened. I had to leave a little earlier. And then, like he was like, yo, just like I already put the word in, like you're set up for an interview. And then I went in and that saved my life, like saved my life. I needed this so bad to save my life. And that's like, that's also like a karma thing too, you know, like, well, that's more like everything happens for a reason. If I never started comedy, I never would have met Alex.
Do you ever do, okay, you said you're not into God in the sense, like the Boulder God, but do you ever try like prayer? Like, cause you said you're into manifestation. Do you ever try prayer? Like, do you ever try like asking the universe for guidance or anything like that?
I do it, but not in a sense where like I'll sit down and like be like, I want this, I want that. No, like I'll do it like throughout the day kind of thing. I
started a prayer, like a quote unquote prayer ritual, but not in that sense where you put I wait till a time of the day. I try to do it every day, but I don't always do it every day. I do it like every few days.
Right.
And it's organized. Like, so it's a 3-part thing. First part is I say what I'm grateful for. Cause that way
you have to do that.
Let's see, I'm going to do it right now.
Down. I'm a pen to paper guy.
I'm going to do it right now. So on air.
It's about to be
so I'm going to name 3 things. It's going to be gay. I'm grateful that I have a podcast guest over. I'm grateful that the weather's getting nicer.
God bless.
And I'm grateful for
looks around the room.
I'm grateful that my health is good because I was chronically ill for 8 months and I'm finally feeling better. So, okay. So I start the prayer with gratitude.
Wait, I'm going to go now.
You want to go? Oh yeah. Give me 3 things you're grateful for.
I'm grateful. I'm grateful for my mom. We were talking about her. Aww. God bless. I would be nowhere without her. I'm great. I'll say I'm grateful for my mom and my stepdad. That's one. I'm grateful for Lauren Ellis because without her, I would not know. I don't know where I'd be living right now. That's my roommate. And I'm grateful for my best friends.
That's beautiful. Okay, part 2. So I'm explaining, we're doing it and explaining as we go. So I do that because you know how you get in like the dumb routine of like this fucking asshole on the road. I mean, I have a car, so I don't do that. But like this fucking asshole driving that's not letting me cross the road, like at the pedestrian thing. It kind of like pulls you back to remember like, wait, we're lucky to be here. Like despite all the bullshit. Okay. Part 2 of the daily or every other day prayer is you pray for people who need something. So I'm going to go first. I'm going to pray for you that one day in your own timing, in your own way, that you're able to get your health together. So I'm going to pray that you, and no rush at your own timing.
God
so that's
bless.
My first God bless.
No, I definitely will. At some point I've done it before. I can do it again.
Oh, wait, I have to pick 2 more people. I'm going to pray my mom stays medicated.
Yep.
She needs to stay medicated. And I'm going to pray that, I have one friend that I'm not going to name who they are. They're really pissing me off right now. You pray for your enemies. That's part of it. Pray for your enemies. I'm going to pray for him because he's very flaky. And rather than, I hope that he changes his ways so he stops like stopping opportunities from getting opportunities because he's a flake. So it sounds like I'm trying to pray for him and not be an asshole.
Flakes are tough.
They're tough, but I pray that he realizes he's being a flake because then he's only killing opportunities with women, with friends, with jobs. So I pray that he learns, you know. So
nice,
pick 3 people to pray for.
Friend. He has a good friend in you. I'm going to pray for myself first and foremost. No.
You can't pick yourself. Number 3 is yourself. Like
who am I going to pray for? I'm going to say my brother for one. He recently got out of like a really long relationship. I think he's doing fine, but I'll pray for him. I'll pray for my best friend, Aiden. He moved to Florida a little bit ago with his girlfriend. I know he's doing well, but I love him and I haven't seen him in a while, so I'll pray for him. And lastly, fuck it, I'm going to pray for my stepdad because he needs to, I just wish he would be able to. So he has like anxiety attacks really bad. And I'm just like, bro, like, Like I'm gonna pray for him
to get some medication.
Either get a medication. Like he's tried everything. And nothing works.
Yeah.
And so I'm gonna pray for him, and hopefully he finds that, because that's annoying. I feel bad for him. Like it's throws such a wrench into his life. But yeah. So
guys, that was part 2 of the prayer ritual. Is you pray for people. It's good because, again, it keeps you grateful for the people in your life. And it also reminds you when you are angry towards someone, rather than like feeding into that hatred towards them, you actually like pray for them, pray for your enemies.
I was angry with my stepdad the other day. We had
there you go.
He had phone issues, and then he literally like had one of those attacks in front of me.
But if you do this ritual, it'll like teach you to be more in compassion towards him.
Of course, yeah.
Okay, part 3 of the prayer ritual is you pray for something you need guidance for. So I'm going to pick 3 things I need guidance for. 1, please show me how to make more money, because I'm behind. I haven't even paid last year's taxes yet, and I'm gonna get what is it called when you go to jail?
Get arrested by the IRS. Yeah.
And it's not because I don't want to pay them; it's because I don't have enough money to pay them. And the next tax year is already going to be here in like 3 weeks.
Mommy, I was about to say it's here in April.
Yeah. So please, to the gods, guide me towards how to make more money so I could pay my taxes. 2, guide me to. Okay, this is going to sound crazy, but I've been feeling confident lately. Please help me not allow that confidence to become arrogance, because it can easily turn into arrogance.
Stay humble.
Stay humble. So teach me to stay humble, because I'm feeling good. Make sure I don't feel so good that I'm like a bitch. Okay. Like I'm out here going like, I would never fuck a mascot. Like that type of shit. You know what I mean? Like it's.
So I feel like you've already hit that point where you're arrogant now.
Okay. 3, guidance. Please help me decide if I should stay friends with it. No, just kidding. Just kidding. No, I'm just kidding.
Help me decide if I made a good decision.
No, I'm just kidding. Oh shit. One more. I'm on the spot because I don't want to waste anybody's time here. Okay. Please.
Literally, I have nothing to do.
I do. And the listeners.
True.
Please guide me towards how to communicate frustrations with my friends. Like, so if I am angry at a flaky friend, if I'm angry at a flaky friend,
which
I am, please guide me to the most loving and compassionate way to deal with this friend. Is it more loving for me to just outright like tell them how I feel, to kind of back away,
probably
to be a straight up bitch and just like call them out? Like,
definitely not that option. Definitely not that option.
Who knows? So the gods need to guide me. All right. So now 3 things you need guidance with.
Okay. Definitely I need guidance with. Definitely need guidance with like drinking and just physical health. They'll go hand in hand. Guidance with not making money, but saving money and less like impulsive spending. And then definitely guidance when it comes to like a relationship with like a woman, because like, 1, I'm not necessarily looking for that right now because I'm focused on like me and comedy and everything. But even if like something like that did come about, like I'm just so selfish with like my time. Of course, I'm focused on me, but so I definitely need guidance with like commitment and like, I guess being less selfish with my time.
Are you a commitment phobe, like a relationship commitment?
Yeah, like I have commitment issues, like crazy. I
think I do too. Like I don't have you know what it is? I'm enjoying my life and I don't want to fuck it up. That's what it is.
Me too. Like I know if I get into a relationship, like, I mean, anytime like you get into a relationship, like that's how like you're going to be, that's what you're focused on. So it's like unfortunate, but I just can't focus on that right now.
I feel like a lot of comedians have that issue, because if you're a comedian, like even the famous ones, like I know I listen to like what Mark Norman's podcast and like all that type of stuff, and I even hear them like kind of complaining about that on their podcast, how like they need to, like, what was Mark Norman saying about his wife, like
and he just had a kid.
Yeah. So I mean, he's doing it, but I remember once he was saying on his podcast, like he travels a lot, and his wife would like tag along and be like, "Oh, this is our time to see the world." And he's like, "No, I'm here to do, like, you can you can come with me, like, but I still have to focus on work." So I think for comedians in particular, I guess they have to find like a woman who's okay with it.
And then also like being a comedian, like obviously like Like, and like you were saying with like the whole like status thing, right? Like you're on stage, especially you crush a set. Like there's going to be ladies like who are there watching who are going to like,
you have to be faithful
and say something. Well, faithful is not really like
an issue for you.
Yeah. Like if I'm in a relationship, I'm going to be faithful.
Yeah.
But it's more like when you're not in a relationship, let's say like I'm in like a talking stage with somebody, right?
Yeah.
Then like I'm out of the show. She is there, and then there's other people coming up to me. Then it's like, oh shit! Like
it might ruin.
I want to be like, I can't talk to you because I'm this person I'm talking to. But then it's also like
you have to do crowd work.
This is what I'm doing. I have to talk to you, whether it's on stage or off stage. Like I got to be like personable.
Dude, I'm the same way. Like that's why I'm not a commitment phobe. I just want to make sure that I'm dating someone who is going to be cool with that type of stuff.
Oh yeah,
I'm not a comedian, but I'm a podcaster. I'm podcasting a man right now, and I don't want to get into a relationship where people are like, "Who's coming over? Like, are you guys gonna like?"
This dude was high fiving you and shit. Yeah,
like,
they'd be mad.
No, like I can't put up with that, and that that is one thing I have to say I really miss about my ex. He was so fucking cool. And I'm not a cheater. Like I don't cheat on people, but it wasn't even.
I thought about it. No.
No, it was with him because he could trust me. It wasn't even a thought. Like I'm not saying like everybody like has a track. Like, come on. Like, let's be honest.
We're
like
humans.
people, even if you're dating somebody, you can't help but feel attracted to somebody. But like with him, because he was so cool and he trusted. It might just because he was really depressed.
I was about to say, you said he was like playing video games all day and shit.
But like, okay, for example, one of my exes hit me up and was like, not an ex, but like a guy I used to talk with. Well, not like a serious guy, but we used to like talk. And I wanted to date, but he was a player. But whatever. That's besides the point.
Get into it.
He wanted to meet up to apologize to me. Like he was like already engaged to somebody else, but I think he was like trying to like relive. Like,
is he in the 12-step program? Like
he was a Catholic. Like he might listen to this podcast too. He became a Catholic, and I think he wanted to like
a reborn Catholic.
Yeah, like I think he wanted to like make up for mistakes he made. So he asked to meet up, and like he's like, I've always felt really bad about what I did to you, because like
I did that with my last ex too.
Did you really?
I hit her up. I wasn't like, let's fucking meet up in person.
Yeah.
That's weird. But I hit her up and I was like, hey, like because I was like like I said, it was like a rebound relationship, and I just shouldn't. It was just not a good decision for me to get into that relationship.
Yeah.
And like I was just like, hey, like I apologize. Like I was definitely a narcissist, and like because I would do like one thing. And I'm so glad, like, I'm a self-aware person where, like, I just saw one Instagram reel and it was like, if you're doing this, you're a narcissist. And it was like,
you're like, oh shit, I'm doing that.
Oh, 100%. Like, it was like when basically, like, if let's say we're dating, right? And I say something where to me, it's like, that's a normal, I just said something, but it made you feel upset.
Yeah.
I would be like, no, why are you reacting that way?
Yeah.
Which is like so fucking wrong.
Another
like,
friend that
is
now
so wrong.
Now praying for friends is just a passive aggressive way to fucking like tell them all. I have one friend who says the meanest, most passive aggressive jokes, and I hang around comedians. I can take a fucking joke, and then when I get mad, he'll be like, "You're so sensitive," and I'm like, "No, you're just bad at humor."
That's called gaslighting.
He's gaslighting.
Yeah,
right.
That is. That's what I would.
And
do.
I know he's a good person. Like I know. Like not every narcissist is like the full blown.
No, yeah,
like, there's
I'm
a spectrum.
Great guy, but I used to narcissist.
I used to be a narcissist. I think when I was younger.
I definitely still am a little bit. I think it's also healthy to be like a little bit narcissistic.
Yeah.
You got to focus on yourself.
Yeah,
you got to make sure you're doing what's good for you.
But like he'll say the meanest jokes. Like he'll be like, I don't like his humor just doesn't. He's like, I'm passive. Not passive aggressive. I'm sarcastic. It's my humor. It's like, yeah,
like,
but
you're rude.
You're
rude and mean and making me feel bad.
Like don't like he is gaslighting me because he's like, you're so sensitive. I'm like, I did a roast battle when I was a comedian, and one of my best friends called me a butterface, and I thought the joke was hilarious because I could sense that he loves me. Like I not like that. Like I could sense that the joke was made in love.
Right.
When you do your little jokes, I can sense there's real hostility there.
That's something real there. Yeah.
And I'm not a fucking moron.
You're trying to make it funny so that everyone else like doesn't see that, but talking to me, I see it.
And he'll be like, oh my God, you're so sensitive. I'm like, no, you're just Let's pray for him.
Yeah, seriously. Just say how you really feel. Say how you really feel.
And then I watched a YouTube video, like how to deal with passive aggressive people. And it said to try to have compassion because they're afraid to say how they feel.
Kill them with kindness.
That's the way. That's how they say how they feel, through mean jokes.
That's what I deal with that at work all the time.
Yeah.
Customers come in, like they're like upset, mad.
Yeah.
Kill them with kindness.
Yeah.
And then like at the end of the day, like once I do that, hey, relax, don't worry, I'm gonna get you right. Right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna figure this out. I'm gonna get it for you. Right.
Yeah.
And then like at the end of it, they're like, oh my God, you were actually really cool. I'm like, yeah, you actually seem like a kind of good person too. Yeah. Like you were just upset.
I just realized I never finished the story about the Catholic guy. So we got sidetracked there.
ADHD.
Yeah, I know. And I'm like, I think we're both. I think we bring out the ADHD in each other because we're both like going with it.
Sure.
So yeah. So my cool depressed ex-boyfriend play a lot of video games. Like I was like, hey, I'm meeting up with a guy I used to talk to. I was like madly in love with him, and he was the kind of guy who would like give me the best date of my life. Like he would take me to the city, like take me out for my birthday, spend the whole night with me. Like.
Sidetracked again. When's your birthday? May
25th.
Nice.
Yeah.
Coming up.
Yeah, it is coming up. Do all kinds of like sweet stuff. Like, yeah, we would have sex, of course, but there'd be a lot of pillow talk. Like it wouldn't be just sex. It'd be like really sweet, cute pillow talk. Disappear. Then he would disappear for like 3 weeks, and then he would come back and be like, "I'm sorry, I did that." Like,
this was your boyfriend?
No. This was the Catholic guy. Who became Catholic. He would like disappear for like 3 weeks, come back, apologize, say he doesn't know why he did that. He wants to try again. And like an idiot, I gave him like 3 or 4 chances till I finally cut it off. Years later, he reaches out and says he's really sorry for what he did. He wants to try again. No, he doesn't want to try again. He's engaged. He has a kid on the way, all kinds of stuff. But he wants to make amends like they do in 12-step program, right? And I told my boyfriend at the time, I'm like, I'm about to meet up a guy that I was like madly in love with. We used to have sex, and we're gonna meet in person, like alone for drinks, like alcohol. And this is when I drank. He's like, I'm like, are you okay with that? He's like, yeah, as long as you don't fuck him. Like,
nice. All right.
And I'm like,
gamer guy is a good guy.
That is sick. Like,
yeah, that's
alpha.
Hot.
That's alpha.
That's hot.
So like, I'm like, ever since I had that, I'm spoiled now. Like there's no way, like I'm not going to look, I met up with a guy who I was wildly attracted to, was in love with him. He was making up to me, and I had no desire to sleep with him because that trust was there. And like my only desire to meet up with him was to genuinely hear the amends, because he did hurt me, and I wanted to I wanted him to say sorry.
Were the amends good?
Yeah.
Nice.
He gave me a Catholic book.
Did you fuck him?
No. I had Naeem Ali on here where he was talking about his ex, like, and saying all kinds of shit. I'm like, do you want me to cut it out? He's like, no, just put it on.
Dude, Naeem doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah, so I'm like, I don't think this guy's going to listen, but.
Did you hear? I'm not going to like say his bit, but how he pretended to kill himself.
Oh, yeah.
So funny.
See, I like people like that but now I'm actually nervous now because I'm like, wait, how many people did I offend on this?
Yeah, you can cut out
but how many people actually listen to this?
I mean,
more people than I thought.
They do, fuck it. Like worst case scenario, they share it with everyone. Traction. But
yeah, we had to cut a bunch of stuff out because it was very.
We got into it. We were both naked. It was a whole thing.
And his clothes are back. I mean, you did take your coat off.
I took my coat off.
Is it because it's hot in here?
Yeah.
Or is it because I'm making you nervous?
You both. I got hot because you were making me nervous. No.
All right. I don't want to hold you hostage. Well, I do want to hold. We talked about I'm going to hold you hostage.
I want it. So.
I don't want to hold you hostage on this podcast, and I don't want to hold myself hostage on this podcast.
Or you guys. Or these
guys. Yep. They do want to be held hostage, though.
And everyone
guys
else.
And mostly guys. Because if you look at the YouTube stats, like they have what are they called? The analytics.
It tells you.
I have 80% male listeners.
Really?
And I don't think it's because I'm a woman and they're into me. I think it's because men watch YouTube.
Yeah, it's because I was about to say it's because women are not watching YouTube and like watching and liking and I mean some of them might hate.
Because I remember hearing like Jordan Peterson. He got criticized for having like only male listeners, and people were like, see, it's all incels. It's like, no, dude, it's just because men watch YouTube. It's like,
why would a girl be watching him?
I watch him.
Really?
Yeah, I have his book right here. Look. I
believe you. Is it called Power?
It's called maybe I have a Jordan Peterson book, but maybe I hid it because I'm like worried that people are going to think it's like Nazis, like Mein Kampf or something.
Also hide it, but
right? Isn't that? It's like I love. Okay, you're not political, right?
No.
I love Jordan. He's okay. I like
his voice.
You like his? He does have like a
Kermit
the Frog voice.
Yeah.
I did say I was going to end the podcast, but I want to say this really quick. Yes, he says things that are like women should this, and that, whatever. For real, when I was dating the depressed guy, things got so bad in that relationship that I started having suicidal thoughts. Jordan Peterson's words helped me not want to kill myself.
Do you know Gary V?
Vaynerchuk?
Yeah. He really, really helped me. Like when in whenever the COVID started, 2019, I was living with my brother, right? His OCD stuff. That's when I was like, I realized I was like, oh, I'm depressed. Like all I was doing was smoking weed, like taking Xanax, like just doing drugs pretty much. And I was like, now I'm stuck inside. Ran out of weed and drugs. So I was like, oh fuck. And so I started like getting into like motivational stuff. Right. And he was like one guy where I was like he was my guy. He does it for you. He was my guy. Yeah. And then honestly, he's the reason like I got into boxing and I boxed for like a year. Like I said, like I was in the gym. Like
you got to get back into it.
Yeah, I have to. And like he was the guy, like he got me into boxing. I really wanted to get into stand up, but I was just nervous. I wasn't ready. And then but during COVID is when I started writing everything. Yeah. Any thought I had down, all the comedy stuff. And then, a couple of years later, I actually got into comedy. I stopped boxing, but Gary Vee was my guy. Yeah,
Jordan Peterson did it for me, and despite the fact that he's like all women
controversial,
he's like all women must have children if they want to be real women. Like he says stuff like that, but he doesn't actually. I'm exaggerating. He doesn't say stuff like that. He kind of says stuff like that, but not to that extent.
Yeah.
For some reason, like I remember I was literally having suicidal thoughts and I was like, I don't see the purpose of life anymore. Like my life is so painful that I don't see the purpose of living. And he said one of his speeches clicked with me. It was like, if you're depressed, he's like, the purpose of life isn't to be happy. He's like, that's actually like part of life. And if you are in a dark moment, that's actually a calling to get through it. And like,
if you're going through hell, keep going.
If you're going through hell, that's actually a good thing. Like that means like you're going. It's a place of like challenging where you can go. And here's the thing. It's not, some people will be like, well, all people say that. But for some reason the way he said it got through to me. Nice. It's like his specific like.
I mean,
I was like, oh, it worked.
Like,
yeah.
He is like an educated person. Like he's not just talking out of his ass.
He was a psychologist. I consider him a philosopher because his books are very philosophical. Like he's writing his ideas out.
Definitely like credited. Does he say controversial things? Yes. Who doesn't nowadays?
But like I don't know. Like for some reason the way he said it. He was like, this is your opportunity to, he references the hero's journey, which is like in literature or in movies, it's like the calling to like go beyond like your limits, like sort of thing. Yeah. And I was like, oh, I'm really depressed right now because that means I'm about to turn this all around.
Right,
and
exactly.
He just said it in a way to me that was like, I don't want to kill myself anymore.
Like you can't go any lower than rock bottom.
Yes. He makes like biblical references again, like people get all butthurt about that.
You're religious?
No, but I still think the Bible's cool. I think the Bible's cool because I don't think they're real stories. Like I don't think there was really like a Jonah, not Jonah.
It's cool to think that there might have been, but it's like I need to see it.
I don't think there was really a flood with like a bunch of animals, but I think I don't watch The Lion King and I'm like, lions really yelled at each other. Like there's a story. There's a purpose behind the story.
Lions really yelled at each other.
Lions really talk to each other. Like no, there's a my brain's not working right now. What's like when you watch a story? There's like a purpose. Plot. No, not plot. There's like a lesson you're supposed to learn.
Right. Okay.
Moral. There's
a
moral behind a Disney story. So I think the biblical stories have morals behind them. You're not supposed to take them and be like, well, there's no such thing as a flood this high. It's like, no, like I don't watch The Little Mermaid and think like, well, there's no mermaid. Like, no, you're there for. So I like the Bible for those reasons. And
some kind of message in it.
Jordan Peterson was the one who pointed that out to me because he was like, he talked about the belly of the beast and the whale and about like there's a biblical story about going in the belly of the beast, the whale, to save your father. Well, that was actually Pinocchio he was referencing.
Yeah, I was about to say.
But Pinocchio,
I was a daycare teacher.
But Pinocchio was referencing the Bible. Like
really?
It's all connected. Yeah.
Yeah, they got stuck in the whale's belly. They made like a little hut, and then shot him out the top.
Good shit. So I can't eloquently speak about this the way Jordan Peterson can, but trust me, the ideas got through to me. So
Jordan Peterson, good guy, probably a
good guy. Good guy.
Probably.
I did see him live in Philly.
Really?
Yeah.
Like he was just talking?
Yeah. He did like an hour like lecture. People like came with notes. I saw it in Philly, and there was
a TED Talk.
Like a TED Talk type of thing. And it was funny. There was like a couple that I'm such a people watcher. I can't help myself. I think it's the comedian in me. Like we like to talk shit. There was a couple near me, and one was like clearly a very like leaning conservative, and one was a very liberal looking girl. And at the end of the show,
can we break that down? What did she look like?
Like purple hair, like it's like the whole thing.
That's all you need to say.
Yeah,
that's all you need to say.
You can just tell. You can just tell. Another thing I'm noticing: rock climbing. Every time on Hinge that I see a guy goes rock climbing at a rock climbing gym, they're liberal.
It's a very liberal thing to do.
Why?
I feel like, I don't know, you're touching a bunch of rocks and shit.
But like, I've noticed that pattern. Like every time I'm on Hinge and I'm scrolling through, it's like it's his profile picture, guy climbing a wall, like a rock climbing gym. Scroll down, liberal.
It's kind of like how like anytime if you see a dude like holding a fish, like he's a Republican.
Yes.
Sure, yeah.
I'm trying to like make a theory about the rock climbing thing. I think it's because they're against like the patriarchy, which is like muscle men. So it's like a way of staying
active. I'll fucking climb this wall.
It's like a natural way to be active. It's not like I'm trying to look a certain way.
Rock climbing's sick. I've wanted to get into rock climbing.
All right, the ADD's kicked in. So we're really trying to end this podcast. The liberal girl, the liberal looking woman with her fish holding man. The archetypes are real. At the end of the show he did, the TED Talk, she gets up and she goes, I gotta say, he's not nearly as like misogynistic. He was like actually really cool. And I'm like, thank you. Like you have to see him in the flesh.
That's like
to know what I'm talking about.
That's like social media. Like the clips, everybody, if you don't know anything about, let's just, because we're talking about Jordan Peterson, like all you're going to see is the crazy shit that he says. Right?
No, it was like he did a beautiful job. And even that like purple haired chick was like, wow, that was actually really good.
That's how you know it was good.
Yeah, it was really good. Yeah. Like she had an open mind because she came in with like her arms crossed. Like, I can't believe my boyfriend's like taking me to this. And at the end, she was like, I got to say that was actually like really good.
Nice.
So. All right, that's it. I'm finally going to end the podcast. Pranzata Podcast, episode 143, I think.
Yep.
Anything you want to plug in?
Yeah, God bless. You can follow me on Instagram. It's Mario's Funny, Marios Funny. Follow my comedy show page. It's called What's That Smell Comedy. Like I said, it's comedy extravaganza.
Ooh,
it's
that
best
smell.
comedy. Can't you smell that smell? It's the best comedy show south of the Mississippi. Follow Casa Duran Comedy. My show would be nothing without them. Follow London Duran. And that's it.
That's it. Pranzata Podcast, episode 143. I hope you enjoyed hope you guys enjoyed the show. Comment, like, share it, email me, send your dick pics, send your feet pics.
Pussy pics. No, you don't have to.
Well, that's fine. You can send that too.
If you want.
It depends.
It's fine.
Have a good night, guys. Bye.
God bless.